What's up, guys? This is Andy with Sutton Productions again. I'm here with Taylor Hawley.
What's up, guys? Glad to be back.
We're here with the second 9 from Bowers, round 2, Titletown Monster Mash.
Back 9 ended up being a little more scoreable, Andy. I think we're going to see a couple more birdies in the round here than we did on the front 9. Same card we got going on here. Probably going to see still a lot of quality shots, but again, I think we're going to see a few more birdies on this back 9. These guys kind of torched it up a little bit. So.
For sure. You can already tell Colin and Jay were having a good round. Joseph not tearing it up yet, but he's got some good shots in him. And Darren, a good player out of Birmingham still. So let's jump to the action. We got hole 10, par 3, 312. It's a downhill shot, pretty much a simple hyzer for most of these pros. Not anything too shabby for them.
Yeah, I think it plays, more about like 250 almost. Kind of get it up here on the mountaintop and just let it kind of slide down towards the basket. Like Jay threw a glide there, kind of a turnover for a lefty. He didn't look to be happy, but I think he panned out a little better than he thought he did. So Darren up next. And again, these guys are probably throwing putters, buzzes, just something on a little hyzer, just letting this thing fade. Darren coming up a little short there. That thing needs to push a little farther left. Not going to be super excited about that shot.
Yeah, still in a decent spot. Should have a look.
Colin here. Looking like a little more of an ideal line, Andy. See if we miss all the trees.
That looks like it should be in the circle there.
Sure. And Joe to be Bob on the tee.
Cuts it a little early.
Oh, yeah, a little early. We got away with it, though. I think that turned out real nice. Little bottom hill. It's going to have a little uphill putt. Going to be kind of tough, but Joe's a good putter. We'll see what happens. Here's Darren. Birdie look. Maybe about 35, 40 from here, slightly downhill. A lot of people you can't see from this angle, but it really is a death putt. Well, when you putt it like that, putt it like that, you're staying alive, though. No death there. But behind this basket is a super hard drop off. Goes down into a ravine. Get a lot of rollaways for some guys. Can easily turn a 2 look into a 4.
For sure. Colin with the birdie look.
Very nice. Again, Colin continuing the hot start from the front 9. Moving on with a birdie. And now Joe going to miss a little right there. Looked like he stayed up though. Didn't kind of catch that ravine, so he'll be okay with that one. Jay for the 2 look here. Very nice. Dead
Another
center.
solid putt.
Very solid. Oh, Joe did catch the ravine, so we'll see if we can do this uphill putt. Solid. Very nice.
That's a good comeback. And there you have it. Hole 10. A few 2s. Just how you like it. Joe, good cleanup of a par after that little miscue on the putt. Takes us to hole 11, par 3, 306 feet. This is a tight gap off the tee. You really just want to try to get through and find a way down towards the basket, but the warning is the creek directly behind it.
Sure, a couple different lines here, Andy. You're probably going to see Jay, I think, take this low left line, which is, you can take a forehand line there. Yeah, I think he's throwing a gator. You can try to chase it all the way down the hill to the left and just let it skip back towards the basket, unless he got a kind of a little right to left kick. Not exactly what you want. But then the other line is straight down this gap and kind of let it fade back left towards the basket. So we'll see what these guys do. Darren going with that left route. That looks to be quite nice. Pretty similar line to what I took. Yeah, I think he'll like that. And again, like you said, you just want to watch out, get the creek behind the hole here. You don't want to push anything too long. So
looks like Colin's going to take this right fairway.
Yeah, and it's it's more of kind of throwing something up in the air, really straight, and just kind of let it fade. Looks like he did that. Caught a mid tree there. Yeah, kick back to the right. So. And Joe choosing to go. I don't know where Joe was choosing to go.
Looked like he just released a little.
Yeah, a little early. Late, maybe been trying to go to that left gap, or maybe even trying to go to the middle and do a little turnover forehand. Not quite sure, but.
That'd be fun. No, I don't disagree. I mean, it is another.
Took another gnarly kick too off a tree there. Wow. See if Joe can recover here, leave something just short of the creek, slide under. Very nice. No, Joe's not going to be 304, sure, but at least you get off and not take a disastrous number. So.
Jay with the layup.
Yeah, it's tough, man. If you don't get that, the disc all the way down there, Colin, same thing, at the basket, it's really hard to commit to go for a 2.
Darren with a good drive. Got the 2 look.
See if Darren can close this out here. It'd be big for him to pick up this birdie. Game 1 back on Jay and Colin. Oh, and just a little high. Yeah, it's a timid putt, man. It really is. It just drop off right there. And again, the last thing you want to do is take that OB in the bogey. So
they'll clean up their putts. Almost a star par. Joe had a little bit of unlucky love from the trees. Doesn't come away too bad though. Should take us to hole 12. Par 3, 268. Another pretty tight window here. You really just want to try not to go left. As good as you can. That creek can really come up on you fast.
Sure. I think the biggest thing here is not hazarding out early, Andy, like you spoke of. You don't want to run all the way down to the creek that runs the left side. Looks like Jay kind of put a little mustard on that, a little too much. Caught that tree and kicked down. What a lot of guys do is almost even play like a layup shot in. You kind of go just down the gut, be short, take a pitch up and a 3 for the par. Not going to see a lot of 2s here today, I don't think, unless guys just absolutely pure one down the gap. Just a real daunting shot with that basket sitting on that creek's edge down there. So.
Yeah, and this one came in at averaging just over par, 3.08. So that tells you a little bit.
Sure.
Not a long hole, but
right.
Definitely not the easiest.
Yeah, and again, just kind of like the last hole. I mean, that basket's back there, so just how much you want to commit to it, how much kind of you want to put on to make a run. Ooh, and Colin off of that crazy down tree that we've had there for a few years, sitting right in the middle of that fairway. So, and he may have gotten away with that. It kind of looked like it almost kicked out to the right, Andy, and then kind of faded back in. We'll see where that ends up in a minute. But it's like Joe pulling out the judge. Oh no,
That's a
that
good
looks
line
sexy
there.
right there. Very nice, Joe. That's even a good tree. Yeah, that's very nice. He's gonna love that. It's a little judge Joe keeps in the bag. It looks like it's been beat for the last 14 years with a stick.
Jay getting a little.
Ooh, and just gonna
challenging
catch
that
up
creek
there.
there.
Yeah, lucky break for Jay. And I would assume he's gonna just kind of pitch up here. Oh, gonna make a run for it.
Little soft
yeah,
go.
kind of a touch putt. Like somebody got a real nice CTP there. I don't know if you saw that or not, Andy. We'll see if when this camera angle changes, we catch it again. But Colin with a birdie look, and let's see if he decides to be gutsy enough to run this. Bang, man! Colin, great run. Very gutsy putt there.
Yes, that's a tough spot to run.
Yeah, it looks like we're maybe dealing with a little in or out of bounds discrepancy here. Jay trying to figure out if he's in the water or not. This hole did play completely surrounded by water or across there. So
it seems they've concluded he was good.
Joe going to finish up a beautiful tee shot.
Great bird.
Take the bird. Going to take a look over at the camera. Give a little hat flip. You're a Cubbies fan.
Tasteful.
Joe. Get off the camera. Jay going to clean that 3 up there for the par. Just staying in bounds, getting away with it, and we're moving on.
A couple good 2s there. I don't think that hole played extremely easy. Came in at 3.08, a little over par actually. So moving on to hole 13, par 3, 300 feet, and this is a hole you really want to get. You just got to get across this creek, which isn't too hard for these pro players.
Sure, got a nice little, really downhill here, Andy. Again, one of those holes that says 300 on the scorecard. Probably playing more almost like 240, 250. Kind of just want to barely get across the creek, slide towards the basket. Looks like Colin went with the big kind of turnover backhand approach there. Looks like maybe Joe's going to fall off that same judge they just threw in the last hole. See if he can't turn around and lay another one right by the basket. Ooh, and a bit of a grip lock there. Little late
pulled up a
release.
little bit.
Yep. He's going to find himself a little hairy over there. Hopefully he didn't make it down to the water. I don't want to be in the water here. I want to be. Looks like Jay's pulling out the buzz here.
Good release.
That looks silky smooth, just like a Wiley vet would do.
And puts it right there at the basket.
Nice. Very nice. Darren going to elect to go with the forehand here. That was the play I kind of made. Kind of took out a little stable forehand, just really laid into it.
Kind of going with that flex line.
Yeah, a little bit, but I think if that carries.
That's a fantastic shot.
That is under the Darren, watch your head when you get on and pick your disc up, buddy. Joe with a little crafty over the head shot. Looked to come out just underneath the basket, I believe. Creek stayed pretty dry for these guys this weekend, huh? You know, we did get a little bit of a rain Friday night. No, but Creek didn't hold at all and kind of made it play a little easier for these guys. So
Colin found the tall grass there by the circle's edge of the basket. Still has a look.
Here. Yeah, it looks like he maybe squatting down there. Is he on?
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. He may have even been standing up. No, he was squatting down there. Okay, tough putt there.
Mm-hmm.
Joe going to try to clean this 3 up.
And he does.
Just escaping the OB. Great comeback for Joe. Going to take the 3 and move on. So
for sure. So just like last hole, couple 2s, couple 3s. Really good drive by Jay and Darren. They didn't have to do much besides that.
Andy, I want to give a shout out to you. This music is great, by the way. This background music.
I appreciate that.
Dancing over here in the studio. Anyways, continue on.
Moving on to hole 14, par 3, 204 feet. This is a simple little forehand if you have it, or if you're a lefty like Jay here, it's a touchy backhand.
Looks like Jay's going to like to go with that pearly gator again. Kind of throw it up, lay it out. I don't think he's going to be real happy with that. That's going to be a little short and right. You want to push a little farther back than that. But again, Andy, just like you said, pretty simple for these righties. Pop a little forehand down the gut. Just let it fade over that crest that you're all seeing there. Ooh,
Darren getting scared.
Darren going to get sneaky. Yeah, very sneaky. Look at him. A little cheese and getting away with one there.
Colin looking at the turnover route here.
Interesting for a righty here. Smooth, gonna just come inside that tree. That looks great. That was
Good
beautiful.
play.
Joe gonna like to go with the forehand. Looks like got a Sexton Firebird in his hand there. Shout out to Sexy on the USDGC win this year. Very nice. Great shot, Joe.
Maybe a little deep there.
Yep.
Should be good though.
Jay gonna look maybe a little close to 40-footer, slightly downhill. And
Just not enough
stymied.
juice.
Stymied at the rim. Oh, you're right, Andy. Good call. Joe, a little deep here. You know, Andy, that tree right there, we elected to kind of cut up and move a lot of times, but I kind of like
Great
it for
putt.
aesthetic purposes. Yep. Good putt, Joe.
Yeah, there's a nice touch there by the basket.
Sure.
Big birdie there from Joe.
Yeah, Joe finally starting to look like he may be turning it on here on this back nine. We're going to kind of get some strokes back on a couple of these guys. Colin with a nice little tap in, too. Been solid all around. Looks like Darren going to do the same. Again,
Likewise.
just sneaking inside that tree off the tee, getting away with it. So it looks like everybody kind of pulled the twos out, except for Jay.
Yeah.
Kind of got caught
He'll
there
want
by
that one
rim.
back,
Yeah,
but-
that'll be one he'll be thinking about for a couple weekends. So
All right, moving on to hole 15. It's got another mid 200 par 3, 243. This is a pretty simple straight up the gut shot. It's a little uphill. It fades off a little at the left side, but nothing too serious.
yeah, and Andy, this hole actually played easiest on the day of any hole in this course. So I personally don't think it's the super easiest hole. Kind of got a few trees to navigate. Big Grendel over here on the right, as we call her. But you know, it's just a putter shot for all these guys right down the gut. Even if you fade out left like you watch Darren do there, kind of leave yourself about a 30-foot uphill putt. Colin going to put that thing right underneath the basket.
That was textbook.
Great shot, yeah. See what Joe's got in mind here. Surprised he's not pulling out the judge again as well as he's been throwing that. But maybe they can go with maybe a P2. Gonna come
A little early release.
Catch that tree. Not gonna be happy with that one. Jay gonna like to go with the buzz again.
Another smooth release off the
Very
drive.
smooth. Yeah,
And
look
that
at
one actually had a chance there for a second.
There you go. Gonna lay it up there about 10 feet. That's all you could ask for.
Joe with a little putter up shot.
Oh, now he's gonna pull the judge out. There you go. Slide underneath the basket. Take 3 and move on, Joe.
Yeah, just like you said, Darren. Still got to look. Finished off the left side.
Just a little hairy over there. Again, it's not ideal, but it does give you a 2 look. And Darren just short. Not going to be happy with that one.
And as you can see, Jay and Colin's drive are just under the basket. So good twos there for them. And they're battling this round. 600 and 6 under. Goes on to hole 16. This is a really cool hole on the course. Par 3, 361 feet. Goes down and then back up. Then you got this turn to the right where it's a little bit hidden of a green.
Yeah, you know, we had a tough time figuring out where we were going to put this hole. And I got 3 different positions on this hole that are all really good shots. Course guy elected to go with the one on the right. A little tougher for some of these guys. Kind of a big turnover. Looks like Colin got a little thin there, but may have just gotten away with it in that fairway. That opens up a little on the right side. This is ideal for Jay to just kind of rip something out there with a little baby hyzer and just let that kind of slope take it back towards the basket. Looks like, again, he's going to come up short, but definitely out in fairway where you want to be. Just don't want to be early right here. Early right is definitely looking for big numbers.
Darren going with the same turnover. just misses the tree.
Oh, look out, camera guy. Woo! Almost smoked the camera guy there.
And he put that one, looks about pin high, but
Probably a good 65
Oh,
left.
yeah.
Just didn't quite get the turnover he was looking for. Joe electing to go with this big forehand. Oh, no, and the slip on the front of the pad. Actually going to get away with it, though.
yes, he did. And if he didn't hit that tree, that would possibly be in the circle, looks like.
Not so blue tee shot there, Andy, but still panned out a good one.
Colin pulled that a little bit.
He did.
Maybe make for a tougher putt than he wanted.
And here's Joe again getting away with that drive out in the middle. Going to give himself a long look. Oh, and again, he also turns it over right.
Mm-hmm. Should be okay there.
And I believe there's a disc golfer somewhere in this screen. Try to find him in a minute.
And this was super thick inside these little wooded area here. But he puts a nice one out there.
There we go. Gonna roll one up about 5 feet. Should be an easy tap in. There's Jay coming out of the woods also underneath the basket. Looking like all these guys maybe finish up with 3. Colin's got a little tester here though.
Mm-hmm.
Can't quite
Yeah, like we
decide
said,
either.
he may not have gotten what he wanted off the upshot there, but
Sure.
we'll see what he can do here.
Yeah, put his weekend putting to the test, and he's been solid all weekend. So this has probably been one of the more challenging putts I've seen him
Mm-hmm.
have to go for in the last.
And he hits it.
Holes. Very nice. Been just solid. I mean, I can't say enough about every inside the circle putt Colin's had this weekend. Looks like he's made every one of them. So.
And they'll just clean up their putts here. Round out hole 16. So star par across the board. Stays at 6, 6, 4, and 1 over par there for Joe.
Pretty indicative of that hole, Andy. I think we just had a couple bogeys on that hole all day. No birdies, a lot of threes. So.
Moving on to hole 17, par 3, another 248-foot hole. This is just a little simple hyzer to the left. Little uphill, nothing too difficult.
Yeah, biggest thing here too, man, is a lot of guys want to think they need to throw something really high to fade back up in there, but really you get a nice little skip from the ground action here. So if you just keep something low and just around that tree on the corner, looks like Colin's done a good job of that. He's going to finish a little short and a little left, give himself about a 30-foot putt though.
Yeah.
Jay probably going to elect to go with a glide here, maybe a buzz on a big turnover. That's exactly what he's done. I believe that's his buzz.
Ooh, just catches that last thin
gnarly
tree.
Now, that's the bite for this hole for sure. This thing is on a big left to right decline. Catch a lot of rollaways here and some nasty kicks off trees. And glide all the way to the bottom of the hill.
There, a little early release there. Not too happy, but
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be real happy with that one at all. Did a little dance in front of the tee pad. Probably going to leave himself, I don't know, 65, 70 early and left. See what Joe can pull out here. And that looks like an ideal line, Andy. That's what I'm talking about. A little lower, drive a little more. Yeah, very nice. Great
gave
shot,
that
Joe.
one an ace run. And yeah, Jay's just a little short right, like we said. Gives it a run.
Ooh.
Just a little short.
A little short. Maybe need to pull Grandma out of the bag there. I don't know.
And Darren's drive is not near as bad as it seemed. Still has an outside the circle putt.
Must have got a rollaway there. And I don't know how he finished from being what we thought was 65 left to being kind of short and right at the basket. Must have been something we didn't catch on camera there. Tough to see some of the rollaways you get sometimes on this course, but nice to
And
clean
good
up
bird there.
Sure. Not have to worry about any rollaways with that one. And another tip of the cap. I can't imagine Colin misses this one here.
No, dead center.
Taking the 2 and moving on.
Yep. And that'll give another hole with 2 deuces and a couple of pars. Moves on to hole 18. And this one, Taylor, this one is one of the harder holes on the course. I think it's tied with hole 5 at 3.41. It's a long par 3, 398. Plays super uphill. You really just don't want to go off left or right on this one.
Yeah, biggest thing here is just be down the middle. I see a lot of guys want to bite off way more than they can chew. Throw a big driver. You can almost really dial down and throw a mid-range here, even a fairway driver. Just want to be straight down the middle. Unless your name's Simon Lazat and you step up here, you throw a putter and it goes to the basket, you take a 2. But I don't see many of these guys doing that. Again, you just want to focus on probably hitting that camera guy out there. That's about the line you want to look for. So Colin looked like he ended up maybe a little right.
Yeah.
Wasn't super thrilled about where he's at.
And Joe, another good looking tee
That
shot.
looks like a great tee shot. Really got down on that one. Drove it through almost 2 straight.
And like you said, almost hits the
There
cameraman.
you go. Look at him. He's pumped about that one. Right at the camera guy.
Not the easiest hole for a lefty, but if you can get down the center cut, you should be fine.
Yeah, and I think that's a Star Beast that Jay has there. Probably wanted to flip that up and think that it was going to fade a little out left, and it just didn't quite get around on the disc. Oh, and Darren with a super late release going grip lock right. Oh, wow, what a kick. All the way back across the fairway. Going to leave himself kind of a crazy out and around hyzer shot just to try to get back in the fairway and maybe try to scramble for a 3.
Colin ended up in this little gully down here. This leaves you with a really uphill upshot.
Yeah, this is one of those that is kind of hard to explain over the camera from the angle, but it's just so far uphill. It's really something you got to pull through your core, really drive something straight up this hill. Can't get really good footing down here. Just even Colin looks like he got a really good pull on that. Oh wow, caught a late tree and just died. Probably gonna want that shot back.
And Darren got away with a decent little look here.
Yeah, surprisingly, that's if you go far enough left, you can pull out some good looks. Watch your foot, Darren. Nice. Underneath the basket. Great up shot. Nice touch. Jay going to try to look to do the same thing here from just the other side of the fairway. Very nice as well.
A couple very good up shots there. This hole can get away from you. One hit of the basket or a tree can start rolling down that hill.
See what Colin does if he really tries to go after this.
Get it, baby.
Oh, wow. Easy. Woo.
Great run.
Great run. Got fortunate enough, too, to not get the roll away that Andy talks about, because I've seen plenty roll 80 to 100 feet back down this hill.
Not the best little look there from Joe, but he should be able to clean that up.
That was his second shot. He didn't have to be too picky with it after a great drive.
Right.
Way up the fairway and going to clean that up. Very nice.
No harm done.
Yeah, you're taking a 3 here. You're beating the field.
Yep.
Especially like you said, that average was about half a shot over par. So getting the 3 and moving on. Colin going to take the only bogey on the hole, I believe. Not going to be real thrilled about it, but played solid enough on this round.
Definitely.
That he was able to get away with it. Finished with a 49. Jay with a 49 as well. Going to tap out and finish that here.
Good putt. Don't want to make any mistakes here without losing some focus. It's easy to do at the end, but not a problem for these guys.
No, Darren a little cleanup. Finished just a couple strokes off those 2 guys with a 51, and then we saw Joe tap out already. Didn't have his best round, but finished with a 55.
Yeah, not bad at all. He struggled a little bit early on, and he was able to fight back, come back to even. But there you go. That's all for round 2. As you can see there, final scores are up, and we appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned. Pound more. Final round.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me in, Andy. It's Sublet production. Great filming. Glad we got to catch this. We'll catch y'all on the Palmore Gold round. Should be a good one. It was a long, windy day. Can't wait to get back in the booth and kind of throw some analytics out there.
For sure. All right. Have a good one.